decisions in education. Also, to understand how scarce resources can be utilized equitably to meet educational objectives. Also, it helps policymakers to evaluate efficiency of various stages of education, between primary, between secondary, between junior secondary, between TVET colleges and universities, which will have the highest efficiency. Then it also enables policymakers to know how scarce resources can be produced and mobilized in the education sector. Now, just like in economics, where we can look at the two faces of economics, also economics of education can be dichotomized into education as both a consumer and a producer good. And we said that education is a consumer good when satisfaction is immediate. You know, consumer or consumption, you consume at that time. So education can be seen as a consumer good if it yields immediate satisfaction. You get training that helps you to change on the spot. But it is a producer if it has deferred benefits. You learn today, but you get the benefits much, much, much later. For those who did that task, and I suppose immediately the class ends, the class representatives who are closer here can come for their scripts so that they can be able to check what they got in the first cut. So you will realize that most of you, from the records I have, is that they were able to show the benefits that come after the education, that is maybe next year, will be far, far much higher. Then education can also be dichotomized as private or public. And we say that education is basically classified as a quasi-public good. Is a public quasi-good in the sense that goods are they can only be obtained. The cost is shared, is a shared cost between the individual and the government Okay. So when we say education is public, the government incurs cost for you to be here in terms of the facilities they put. They give grants to universities. They pay lecturers through tax that is coming from the society. They give you also scholarships, help, and so on. But on the same note, you are also supposed to do your parental obligation by paying a certain percentage of fees. On top of that, you pay for other costs that are incurred as a result of your education. That's why we are saying education is a quasi-public good or semi-public good, because it's a shared responsibility. Then we moved to the theorists in economics of education. And before we even go to the human capital theory, we looked at